We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't got pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, where we come to you Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you the best crypto news, the hottest crypto news, and the news that you need to know. Today is no different. We got DZ on the camera. We got Nick filling in for Tim today. What is going on, Nick? How are you doing today?
What's going on? Someone said that they skipped the Formula One qualifying for this. Qualifying is until tomorrow. I don't think so. But.
Okay. Well, maybe it was a travel day. We got some good stuff. We're going to talk about the emerging trend that's happening in the crypto space. Maybe you can make some money off of it. It's a layer, folks. We're not going to say what layer. It's not 1, 2, or 4, somewhere in the middle. We also are going to talk about WorldCoin, of course. We got to talk about WorldCoin and some other things with Congress and what's happening with some crypto bills and what it might mean for you. Well, let's just get right into the crypto news here. First off, we have CoinGecko. We need to see, where's Bitcoin going? Where's Bitcoin heading? Where's the crypto market heading? Looks like we are slightly up on the day. We are up 6%. Everybody, we're now 1.23
My God.
trillion. We were 122 yesterday. 24-hour volume coming in at $32 billion. Bitcoin dominance largely unchanged. Same with ETH. I think gas coming in at 45 Gwei. If we look at the Bitcoin price here, we are up a whopping 0.5%. Same thing with Ethereum. We are up 0.6. We have Drew adjusting a camera for Nick in the background, folks. If only you could see what I see.
I am slightly taller than Tim.
Okay, well, see, he's adjusting camera. He can't switch over yet, so we're going to keep scrolling here. XRP is up 0.3%. BNB also up 0.5%, along with Lido staked Ether. We have Cardano coming into the single digits here, folks. 1.1% to the upside. Solana, flat as can be. Let's look at some. Oh, wait a minute. I saw 5.4. Who does that belong to? It belongs to Shiba Inu. Nick, what are your thoughts on Shiba pumping 5%?
Shiba pump 5%. I mean, look, someone's got to be exit liquidity.
Hey, was it you? Was it you? Okay. All right, let's look at the top gainers. Number one, we got Flexcoin. Flexcoin. Then after that, we have Immutable X. I don't know if we're going to cover the Immutable X news, but yeah, they're getting the game ecosystem really growing there. ICP and Shiba both up about 5.5%. Frax Shares and Casper both up about 5%. Near Protocol, Uniswap, and Quant also all on the upside. Hey, even Tron. Tron made
Tron's
it on
up?
there. Yeah, mine.
Guaranteed short.
Okay, all right. And Litecoin is also up. Is that a guaranteed short now?
It's a guaranteed stable coin, but I mean EOS and Tron, like you could basically short them throughout the bull run. You're guaranteed to make money.
Okay, you're gonna have more green days than red as long as you have that low leverage, folks. All right, let's look at the top losers. Number one, it was a top gainer yesterday. It's been a huge gainer for the week. It is XDC Network. It is down 4% there. Sorry, Drew. Today it's looking like instead of DZ's portfolio, it's Drew's portfolio.
Yep.
But you don't own any ton coin though, do you?
No. Thank God.
What about Doge? Does Drew own Doge?
I don't own any Doge.
Do you own any meme coin?
Oh God.
I still own some
I still hold like a tiny amount of
little Doge.
BAM that used to be a few $100, but
Bam.
Yeah,
Sad.
I own a little Bambi and Doge, and I think maybe that's it. I'd have
That's
to look.
all
Some
it's
call Ape a meme coin. All right, we have Pepe also down 1.3.
Oh, wait.
Now, Nick, you hold some Pepe, right?
No.
No Pepe.
I
Did
forgot. I do own Pepe.
You own Pepe. Yeah,
Yes.
you like the frog.
I believe in the frog. You can't kill the frog. He's an idea.
Not like a hypnotoad, or do you ever lick a frog?
I've never licked a frog, but Hypnotoad might be a fun coin to see in the future.
All
Who
right. Well,
knows?
we have someone on the horn right now. We're going to be looking at charts with. He may have licked a frog. I know at least he wants to with Arcane Bear. What is going on, Crypto Lifer? He's smiling because it's true. How are you doing today?
How's it going, man? God bless you. Thank you so much for having me on. You're the man, dude.
Hey, man. I just want to squirt some juices on some glass, dry it up, and then what do you do with it after that? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I got to do it in the jungles. I wouldn't trust that in America. It's just some homeless guy with a frog making it. Anyways, what's going on with the charts? I mean, it looks like we're up, but we're only up slightly. Are we still kind of just in this boring area with Bitcoin?
I got some cool stuff to talk about. People may not have seen. Thank you so much for having me.
Always
I
a great
spend
time.
hours in the chart today, so hopefully I can give some people some insight. No one's 100%, but hopefully you kind of can figure out some things that we all get together. All the different analysts, and we take information from each other, and if hopefully together as a unit, we can figure out where Bitcoin is likely going to go, right? So one thing I like to do is I'm a macro guy. I like to start off like my live stream I just did today is like the weekly, and I like to look at macro signals. Number one, I have been calling for the bottom, saying this is the bottom. DZ's been with me on that. That's the bottom, I'm pretty sure. And the reason why you'd be like, you're not supposed to call bottoms as an analyst or as a trader, you're supposed to be open-minded. Anything can happen. And I am. We go to 10K, okay. Like I'm open-minded for it. And I have a plan if we go lower. I know what I'll do, and I won't be like, oh my God. But I've backtested weekly bullish divergence for like one night. I said, you know what? I'm going to go through every asset for 4 hours straight, 5 hours straight. And I just went in, and I went on the Dow Jones, Tesla, oil, gold, silver. And I scoured, and I could not find it. I couldn't find it. I found it like once every 7 years. And every time I found it, it was a bottom, like every time, like 100% of the time. So if this isn't our bottom, then like all that years of backtesting, 30 years of charts mean almost nothing. So again, and I could be wrong. We could have a black swan event. Anything could happen. That's the way the charts are. But I just wanted to start saying, because, I like to go out and make clear statements instead of just being in the middle. Like that is our bottom. I bought a lot in these areas. I bought a whole Bitcoin at 19K, and even like at one whole Bitcoin, but I also purchased probably a whole Bitcoin down into these areas just in segments, you know. But I did that because I wanted to tell people, hey, I put my money where I say I believe things are.
All right.
going
Well, before you sprain your right shoulder, patting yourself on the back there, Lifer, what is going on with the charts today?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is what
I'm just messing with you, Lifer. I'm kidding. We both called the bottom. Now I agree with you. We're not 100% sure, but I'm with you, man. I'm pretty sure.
I just wanted to come out and say that to like a bigger audience. So now today, the 21 is crossing the 200 SMA. Okay. So what I want to do is just like show you guys another idea here. And I stay on these same ideas, but so I backtested that again. And I know everyone knows the golden cross and the death cross, but what about when the 21 crosses, which is really a front run? And if you use simple moving averages, they're latent. So you do want to front run golden crosses by looking at when the 21 crosses the 200. It can give you a little more insight. Right here, the 21 crossed, right, on the Dow. Look at the massive pump we had after that. We would not go back to the bottom below the moving averages. Same thing here, and we had a divergence there too, right, which is very rare on the weekly. Very similar thing happened to Bitcoin there, and that was your bottom for the Dow. We're talking 09, all right? The 21 would cross, and look at what happened after that, okay? You can go to Tesla. The 21 cross right there, we never visited that bottom again, and we would go on a massive rally. Same thing here. Tesla went on a huge pump, right? 21 had crossed. So that to me is substantial. This white line crossing the yellow line, a big deal. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Now, so what's happening today? There is some bearishness. There's a bearish divergence on the weekly. If you've seen other analysts point that out, that's the RSI pointing to the downside while price action's pointing to the upside. All right. You have to take that into account. However, I've learned that divergences really give you push to the to your hardest support and resistance. So like we have two candles closing hardcore there on the weekly at 28,226, and then we got rejected. So to me, coming down here and bouncing would be beautiful. 28,000, you know, even, or 28,500 could be amazing. And also, you know, we got this trend line forming, and there's a chance here we're making some type of ascending triangle, which has a beautiful measured move to the upside. I'll remain bullish as long as price action stays above the 200 SMA on the weekly time frame. Okay. Then I zoom into the 3-day. I look at these, but I don't use them too much. The 3-day looks interesting to me. Again, I backtested when the 21 crossed the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart, just like I did. And that also is substantial. We see big moves coming after that. You're about to get a golden cross, which is the 50 crossing the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. I like the 3-day chart a lot. I use it to trade Casper, different coins. I really like the way it moves. It takes patience to trade it, so not everyone notices it. And I think because of that, it gives you a little bit of an edge on the masses when you trade bigger time frames, because most people can't handle watching them for that long. So that's a flag. A lot of my strategy consists of touching the 21-day moving average and price action, and then you got this beautiful, you got this beautiful measured move that takes you to about $36,000. Okay. It's kind of a rigid cup, but it's kind of got a cup and handle vibe to it in a way. I'd be pushing it a little bit. I'd like it to be rounder, but that is
It's a steep cup.
That is
it's
technically
steep.
a handle.
It's steep. It spills all over you when you drink from it.
It's like, those, you remember the folding cups you had to get at school that were like, they had the,
or when you have like one tablespoon of liquid and there's a lot of ice, it's risky. You still do it. And then about 10% of the time, you're like snorting ice cubes. You're snorting large chunks like Tyrone,
So like, look, price action got above the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. It took a black swan event to get us back below it, and we were gone. So that's another thing that I teach and talk about. Once the 3-day chart broke above the 200 SMA, that was substantial. If I see a 3-day candle close below it, that'll be basically a predecessor of the weekly going below the 200 SMA, and you'll start to see me get cautious. I'm also a trend guy. Bottom, top, higher low, higher high, higher low, slight higher high. A daily candle did close above these candles. You did close a daily candle. You just need to put in a higher low. So like, I think there's a little bit of fear out there, but if you look at the macro and just take a deep breath, we're great. As long as we don't take out this high and ruin the trend, I'm also open-minded. Like, I see, if anyone watching right now sees some bearish tones, one bearish thing is that this could be looked at like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder slanted, and we could break down, right? So I'm open-minded that, but believe me, I live stream every day and I go over the charts every 5-6 hours. I'll be one of the first people to notice this 3-day candle close below that 200 SMA. And then I'll begin to kind of look for a bear flag in a smaller time frame, and we'll begin to short. So we'll be ready either way. But I do see some strong signs of bearishness on the macro, bullishness on the macro scale, right? And then I'm going to bring us to like the temporary. And this is just kind of how I do things. Like my mind has to see the wide and then zoom in. So today was interesting, right? I had us in a bullish megaphone. Normally I do watch other TA, but lately, you know, my pop's died. I've been helping my mom a lot. I've been like just not as, I don't get to stare at at YouTube as much. But I didn't know if anyone else had formed this bullish megaphone. But I basically had found this bullish megaphone, and it looked even better on the 1 hour. And so I was watching this, and even when we were right here, I called a pump up to this area. I said, it's likely we're going to go to the top of the range. I couldn't believe it. Like, we did it a lot faster than I thought. Then we came back, but then we lost the bullish megaphone. Let me get rid of this falling wedge that can confuse you. So when we lost the bullish megaphone, we kind of made a bear trap, and we made this bear flag. And it looked like we were going to dump. And they got a lot of people ready for a short. So right now, there's a lot of stop losses right here of people that shorted the market. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool little indicator you can use is on the 15-minute. It has, it can show me basically, it's a free indicator that just shows you where like liquidations are. All right. And what's cool is it can tell me if there's too many people in one area or not. Hold on. Sorry.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to give you some alpha here. You know, after people start using TradingView more and more, there will be a time frame, and it kind of gets played out. You know, you see it with the 24-minute. There's a lot of popular traders that like to do a 23-minute, 21-minute.
Mm-hmm.
You see it with instead of 24 hours, you see 23 hours. Well, 72 hours is 3 days. So I'm going to suggest to you maybe make a time frame in the hourly that is 1 or maybe 3 hours less than 72. And then start doing some 71-hour charts or 69-hour charts. I bet it'll be nice.
Yeah, I put the 333-minute one time. See, like, and I even put the 33-minute chart. I was like, anyway, I'll show this. I'll put the indicator on I can't get it up right now. I don't want to like waste.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So Chad's basically asking a potential short squeeze incoming, correct?
Exactly. It just shows us where a lot of people have their liquidations from 25x to 100x. And so you got to, and also when you look at the VRVP, you head to the value area low. So you lost the point of control. You head to the value area lows in this area. You're likely to come back up and test the point of control. So, but for me, it's tight. Like, price action is very, very iffy right now. We really need to get back above the 200. We need to get back inside this pocket, really. So,
okay.
Let me,
all right. Mark the Shark said that's what the cool kids use. Someone said, I'm looking for the name here. Tell him, Frankie from DJ Nice. Which one of us is supposed to be Frankie? I don't know. Maybe it's Nick. Maybe Nick. Maybe they're jumping in. They're like 10 minutes behind. All right. Well,
Lifer has gas.
Or go ahead. All right.
Like,
so yeah, just to wrap it up, what's the final chart looking like here?
Yeah. So this is what I'm looking at now. So we broke out of this flag to the downside. All right. And now you're getting resistance. You made this falling wedge that I looked at this morning. I said, could the falling wedge break to the upside? It did, but you got resistance. This also, which is funny, it resembles, I looked at the fractal from today. It resembles a cup and handle that we had on the week, on the daily, when Bitcoin broke out. Like, it's a very sketchy cup and handle, but we had that. Like, you know, I pointed out on my live stream today. We're at a heavy resistance point. I was watching the 1 minute before I came here, and I was watching this ascending triangle. Really wanted it to break out. Right now, it's likely that we get rejected by the 1 hour, and we head back to the bottom of this channel. See? So we broke out. It's freaking crazy.
All right, looking at some potential targets here as we look for the breakout. Draw the line,
well,
move to the side.
See, this is the flag. You got to get back inside. That I'm looking to get back inside the bullish megaphone. You got to. Okay. If you can't get back inside this trend line, that's a bearish retest. And then the bearish tones come, and then we come and we retest that $28,000 area, which isn't that bad though. As I showed you on the macro scale, that could be the higher. You know, so if we get back inside here, I would long. You got to wait for the 1 hour to reset, because right now the 1 hour is just too overbought, in my humble opinion. Mm-hmm. So it's
especially with
messy,
all those, especially if we get a little short squeeze, it will jump, and it'll jump pretty quickly. All right, well, Lifer, where can they find your stuff at?
I'm live every single day, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And what I do is I basically go over Bitcoin mainly for about 45 minutes. I give a free call on Bitcoin or wherever. Some days I say I don't know, but 80% of the time I'll say, hey, I'm going to long it. Occasionally I'll open up a long trade, and then I go over altcoins that I believe are going to move if Bitcoin makes the move. And we look to try to take advantage of the market with Bitcoin. And that's, and I'm on Twitter at CryptoLifer33.
All right, one more
thing. You got to get back inside. this big- at the
Andre
end of the day, I know
Brown.
we went
What
over,
is the indicator? Crypto Lifer, what is the indicator? I don't know what the indicator. I don't know. That's what he's asking. I'm asking you. I'm guessing the volume one on the right. It was like MVRV, something like that.
Oh, the VRVP here? Is that what he's asking about?
VRVP. Okay,
Yeah,
VRVP.
some people
All right,
call it
appreciate
the
that.
VVR. Some people call it the VRVP. On TradingView, it's the VRVP, Visual Range Volume Profile. It just gives you the where the volume is on the right side of your screen.
All right.
And because we have a gap there, we could easily gap up to the point of control. I believe we're going to get a short squeeze to the upside based. The charts convey to me we're going to get a move up. But until the smaller time frames break us back above 29,005. And last thing I have to say, I know I'm long-winded. 30,300 is my main area. Like you got to get I'm not longing anything like on a big scale till we get above 3,300. We get above 30,300. That's a weekly support or resistance. That would be beautiful, and we can begin to grow again. So,
all right. So he's looking for some confirmation there, folks. All right, Crypto Lifer, always a great time, man. I appreciate you jumping by in your best dressed self and showing us some charts, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So today's a little convoluted. I wish it could be like a lot clearer. There's other days where the charts are just like a lot perfectly to read, but today it's we got some
we're in
signals.
that. It's just in that sideways. Yeah, get some mixed signals there. Hey, Lifer, always appreciate it. And you can check him out, Crypto Lifer at Crypto Lifer 33. Thank you very much, Sam.
God bless, man. Thank you.
Right, appreciate it. And if once again that indicator is the MVPRSVPRV. So if you're looking for it, just type that into MVPRSVP and you'll pop right up. All right, everybody, let's talk about the main story here and the main trend that we see emerging. Nick, do you see this trend emerging?
I do.
Are you ready? I'll give you the alpha. What is the trend? What's the next trend? We had AI. We had memes. I need to find the next trend so I can make some money with my crypto portfolio. Nick, what are we looking at right now?
We are looking at layer trace.
Layer trace,
Layer
everybody.
trace.
This might, now I'm not going to say, hey, every layer 3 is going to do 300% over the next 60 days. I'm not saying that. We're seeing early signs, early rumblings, like a hungry tummy, early rumblings that this is where the money's heading. This is where the attention's going. This is where the VCs want to put their attention. And that means bullish price action, everybody. All right, chat's getting excited, everybody. Between these, let's go. Go, Carol, and that was a good one. All right, Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Starknet, Polygon to derive revenue from L3s. We have L1s, under L2s, or under L1s, we have L2s. And it makes sense under L2s. I guess we go to L3s, right?
Well, are they under or are they on top?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like
I want to call it LCs.
Power bottom.
I feel like it's a Jenga tower. Like, this is, so if you pull out ETH, then it's all going to come crumbling down. But if you remove Arbitrum or,
yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. It's the foundation that it's built on, so you build on top, and then you go, okay, I like that. I'm switching in my brain now.
Okay.
All right, you give DZ new info, and it's good. Sometimes I've been known to change my mind.
Wait. You change your mind when new information has been presented?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never change my mind.
You
never.
sound like some sort of like wishy-washy cuck.
I'm digging my heels, and I'm a flip-flopper like
never
John
change
Kerry.
your mind, ever.
All right. Well, let's change the topic over here. Talk about L3s with several layer 3 blockchain servicing. Masari is detailing how L2 blockchains intend to derive value. L2 blockchains like Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Starknet, and Polygon hope to derive revenue from using their platforms as a deployment layer for L3. L2 was designed to solve the problems on L1s. And it looks like, L3 is going to design the problems or fix the problems on L2. But in the ever-changing, ever-evolving crypto world, change development is constant. Hence, L3s emerge to solve some of the problems associated with L2s. Also, they'll allow users to create dedicated chains and customize their privacy, fee, token, permission, governance, etc. The report also compared the L2 business models and effectiveness, while Arbitrum, ZK Sync, and Starknet averaged decent performances. Optimism Superchain is ranked as the best. Although when it comes to value capture, Optimism Superchain comes behind other blockchains with Arbitrum's Orbit in the lead. And it's important to know that Masari report is based on data from April of 2023. And it's also important to know he neglected to mention Cardano once in 2021 and championed FTT as a good token. So, hey, just we're trying to keep Ryan Selkis, 2-bit idiot, on his toes here. That being said, if he ran for Senate, I'd vote for him in a second.
Yeah, he's a solid crypto
he's
Twitter.
solid. He's solid. He's came around. He's talked to Charles Hoskinson. He's came around a little bit. All right, blockchain layers L0, L1, L2, and L trace in a diagram here. Let's start at the bottom. L0. This these chains are going to talk to other blockchains. That's kind of the promise that they have there. Polkadot, Avalanche, Cosmos. I guess they're saying Cardano is, Cardano was, what do they label themselves as? They're the first 3rd gen L1. That's how they label themselves. It looks like they're trying to label them as the layer 0. But I know IOG, they labeled, they're the first 3rd gen L1. That's how they say it. I mean, for the Ocho, 8-minute abs. What about 7-minute abs? Have you thought about that?
Chaos.
All right. That's ridiculous. You never do it.
That's impossible. It's mathematically impossible to have 7-minute abs.
Have to have 8. All right. Above layer 0, we have layer 1. Layer 1 is going to be Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, CeLo, Solana. These are layer 1s. And then above layer 1s, we have layer 2s. Optimism, Starknet, Polygon, Arbitrum. If you got into layer 2s at the beginning of the L2 bubble, you're looking great. You're doing fantastic. Maybe not some of the newer coins, but some of these older ones for sure you're up. Now we have layer 3s. These are they're calling them the apps or the dApps. Decentraland is being called a layer 3. Crypto Kitties, the first OG NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. MakerDAO and Uniswap being called layer 3s here. Now the ground floor, this is where the internet hardware connections exist that allow layer 1s like Bitcoin to run smoothly. Here we have layer 0s are allowing several things to happen. We talked about those. These are going to be the things that allow blockchains to interact with each other, cheaper, faster infrastructure. L1s are going to be the process of finalized transactions layer. L2 is going to make it a little bit easier using conjunctions with layer 1s to increase scalability in transactions per second. Think about this. I'm going to bundle up a whole bunch of Bitcoin transactions. I'm going to wrap it up with some Lightning, and then I'm going to do 1,000 transactions as one Bitcoin transaction. So it's bundling up, and then it's helping just increase scalability and transactions per second. Now we have the L3. This is the application layer. This is the UI that we as consumers actually interact with. This is going to be the mass adoption level. We need friendly dApps. We can't just convince grandma to write down the seed phrase. Okay, you can't just go to your neighbor and bully them into downloading a Bitcoin wallet. Sure, maybe you bully them into it. You twist their arm. They download the wallet because they're scared, they're shaking, they're like a chihuahua, they're about to pee. But when they go in their room, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say they're never going to open it. Why? Because it's confusing. It's weird. It's scary. I lose everything if I don't write these words down. Someone could steal my words and steal all my money. This is it's frightening. It is frightening to normies or frightening to retail or frightening to someone who's never been self-sovereign.
Hey, DZ.
Yes.
Would you say something like Vumio or OpenSea is a L3 if they're putting Uniswap down as a L3?
Yeah, I would say Vumio and OpenSea. I would get OpenSea now. It looks like they don't really distinguish any kind of layers of decentralization there. So yeah, I would say anything that onboards users with any kind of app or dApp would be considered an L3. So yeah, shout out to Vumio coming soon. We got some huge news. I can't wait to share it with you folks. But Uniswap, this is going to be the adoption method. It's going to be the killer app. I remember in video games, new consoles coming out all the time. Xbox was new on the scene. Nobody could survive without killer dApps, is what they called it at the time, or killer apps at the time. So Halo is what propelled Xbox to the next level. Super Mario is what propelled Nintendo to the next level. We need killer apps to propel crypto to the next level. OpenSea did a good job. OpenSea did a great job. Immutable X did a great job. Let's see. I mean, Uniswap did a great job until, I remember trading on Uniswap early on, and then gas hit, $50, $100. That's when I kind of took a step back and then, dive back in. So this is going to be what gets everybody excited about crypto. What is that app going to be? Maybe you at home can invent it. Maybe Nick invents it.
Well, I would, if I'm going to invent anything that's going to be an L3 to onboard people, Uniswap needs to merge with QuickSwap and just make swapping on Polygon normal. Because right now swapping on Ethereum is what you do, and it sucks.
All right, Techno Goody has the alpha, folks. He's going to swap his layer 3s for a Taco Bell layer 7 burrito.
Bro,
I think that just sounds like gains.
It's next generation.
Yeah. I am wiped, just like you're going to be wiped while you're on the toilet too. That's all right, layer 3 is where the rubber meets the road. Market Shark, that's a good way to put it. All right, you ready to talk about the orb?
It's a layer 3.
It is a layer 3. All right, let's talk about the world's best layer 3. No, we're joking. We're joking. The world's most evil, maybe. Introducing WorldCoin. More than 3 years ago, we founded WorldCoin with the ambition of creating a new identity and financial network owned by everyone. And by everyone, I mean me. The rollout begins today. We believe it could drastically increase economic opportunity, scale a reliable solution for distinguishing humans from AI while preserving privacy, enable democratic processes, and eventually show a potential path for AI-funded universal basic income. I think we found out the red herring. The red herring, this is all this is just the end game for you will wear the orbs or you'll wear the goggles, you'll sit in the corner, you'll eat the bugs, and you'll be happy. The WorldCoin's trying to make that a reality. Drew, how do you feel about that reality? That's one you openly embrace. What are your feelings on this?
The Amish are going to win this battle. It's going to take a couple decades, but the Amish and nature will run its course, and I'll be left surrounded by much less enemies in a decade. So it's all going to be medically induced.
Also, we have a pretty cool layer 3 tool, everybody. Now, do you know what bounties are? You familiar with bounties?
Like
Johnny loves them.
Like a bug bounty?
Like a bug bounty. That's a great example. So they have bounties in crypto as well. And sometimes it's a bug bounty. Sometimes it's a bounty to grow the community. And it could be a bounty as simple as go to our Discord, download our white paper, and then tweet about our white paper. Come back, prove that you did those things. Guess what? You completed the bounty. What does that mean in the future? We don't know. Sometimes it's going to mean an airdrop. Sometimes it'll be a significant airdrop. Sometimes it could be $10,000 falling into your wallet. Sometimes it could be you wasting 45 minutes and you get nothing, crickets. I mean, nothing at all. So that's just the airdrop style. That's just how the things go. This is how the ecosystem is. Well, let's put you onto a tool that could give you riches or nothing, and it's probably something in between here. All right, it is called layer3.xyz. I think we have it hidden there. You can kind of maybe see it there in the corner. It's get started here. It's welcome here, and then /quest. So you can find the quest tab right there.
And that's your bounty, the quest.
The quests are the bounties here. And here's some just, hey, here's one, get started, how to bridge to layer 2s beyond Ethereum. Johnny was saying, I think Polygon has some bounties on here. Here's one. It's also educational tools, NFTs for beginners. So that, they just want to teach you about the Polygon NFT ecosystem. Think of it kind of like the Coinbase challenges there. Invest in Ethereum, keep your wallet safe, transact on ZK Sync. Pancake swap on ZK Sui. Now, I haven't tested these myself. So if you see some sort of sketchy link, don't click it. Always verify yourself. Check out their socials. Do a little bit of research. Don't just blindly connect wallets. Just be careful. And if you are doing bounty hunting, you're doing airdrop hunting, do it with the fresh wallet. Do it with the clean wallet. Do not do it with your wallet, with all your NFTs, with all your crypto. Surefire way to lose everything. So put your $5 worth of gas in there. On L2, that should give you like 10, 50 transactions. And that way you can avoid total ruin. All right. I owed stocks being managed. I was told I could not be sold. Account went to zero, eating up management fees, and they still stole the stocks. Stocks were literally stolen. Okay. Yeah. Taco's going through a similar situation. They're charging them interest on a fee balance of zero. And they're charging.
Oh,
interest. Yeah. And then it hit his credit report. He's really, really angry about it.
That's how Wells Fargo got in a bunch of trouble, didn't they? They were charging people, opening accounts, and then charging them late fees and stuff.
Yep.
Real quick, you can stake your Polygon, which is a layer 2. You can stake your Polygon. If you go to staking.polygon.technology, you can stake your Polygon. You log in is where you connect your wallet. It's kind of weird, but that's where you do it. So look, in the bear market, you should be staking, especially these layer 2s, layer 1s, or zeros, whatever you want to call them, because they are inflating. They are minting more tokens. So you're going to get that 5, maybe 8%, and you want to make sure that when you're adding to your bag, you're still not losing 8%. So you want to be staking it, and you can have all sorts of options down here. I just staked my Polygon bag. So make sure you are staking your Polygon. Make sure you're staking everything that you can. Do it. Everyone would prefer if you didn't do it through giant apps like Coinbase or Kraken or, Binance or OKX. Do it through one of these actual validators who have put in the time and effort to set up a validator. They tell you what their uptime's like, what the commission's like. So with all these projects, when we're in a bear market, remember, you've got to be staking so you don't have your gains inflated away. So,
yes. Inflation is eating gains. So stake so you can fight that. Sofa King bounty, the quicker crypto fixer upper.
That's it.
Bounties. Do some bounties. You might DZ straight Bo Hagen's phone call. I don't know what that is, Bo Hagen.
Straight Bo?
Is that like, was that mean?
With Lifer? Bo Hagen's phone call?
Me and Crypto Lifer love each other. Me and
JR,
him go back way. We're real tight. We've met in real life. I'll probably see him 2 times within the next 6 months. I love him to death. So yeah, we got a friendly friendly relationship. It's not like me and Tim. We actually, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Tim's at home today. We hope everything in his family's going well today. All right, another little L3, L2 tool here. This is L2 Beat. This sounds like Tiger Beat's internet spinoff magazine there, and it just goes over total value lock. So if you're wondering, hey, is this fluff or is there substance here? Go here and you can find out for yourself. Oh wow, there's 5.8 million here versus $486. That one screams scam. You get into the millions, then it feels a little bit safer. So that's just another tool. L2beat.com. Learntobeat.com, maybe.
Really? Who's ever had to learn it?
Well, my babysitter. What are we talking about here? L2s.
Music.
Music. Oh,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Beat Saber. Okay, not
Turn-
beating us.
No, should we turn the beat around real quick?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
That was good. That was
Thanks.
good.
Look, I
That's
learned
just
from
one.
the best. I learned from the best. DZ has some of the best segues in all of crypto influencing.
It's
So,
true.
All right. Optimism overtakes Arbitrum in key metric, but what a price action. I think we're in the top, maybe headline. No, still top story here.
Yeah.
So it's overtaken here, but what a price action. OP and ARB, two of the more popular solutions, have always been under scrutiny for their performances. However, there's an interesting development as Optimism's daily transactions surpass Arbitrum after 6 months.
Don't care.
Yeah, that's easily gamed. I mean, you have like one nerd in a basement, representing 10,000 people. But thanks to the increase, it looks like, for instance, OP's network fees increased, as does its revenue, surpassing Arbitrum. So it looks like the L2's starting to heat up, folks.
Yeah.
DeFi Llama, we can, compare chains. This has a total value locked up as well. You can just see here. So if you want to look up DeFi Llama, go here, and then it's compare. So you'll see compare chains, and then you can click chains. Here we have Optimism Arbitrum. So that's also a pretty cool tool with DeFi Llama. Now, are you in any L2s, right? If you had to choose one L2, which one are you choosing? I'm probably going to choose Polygon.
Polygon. Yeah, I'm really big into Polygon right now. I have a decent bag of Matic. I'm looking at others, but like honestly, like I got to be straight up. We've all been making fun of Rollcoin over the past year and a half or so, especially in the past 2 weeks. I think they're going to crush it, like straight up.
God.
I think they have the backing. I think every VC in Silicon Valley is looking at Sam Altman as some sort of unicorn, and everything he touches is the VC money is going to follow. So if we sleep on WorldCoin, which to be fair, and I'm doing more digging into it, it is based on Polygon and Optimism.
Yeah.
And it does have ZK rollups, and it is purporting to protect your information. Now, how deep does that go? I don't know. Where do they get their hardware
For
from?
now.
Their hardware is still centralized. And just like someone was saying in Spaces last night, you can be ZK rollup, and you could be a DAO, and you can be all this stuff until you're not, because OpenAI was open source and open until it was sold to Microsoft.
Yeah.
And now it's not. And then Microsoft has all that data. So yeah, tread lightly. But as far as coin action goes, look, L3s are the new L2s. So like, get in, bro.
Yeah, and to that point, you hear things like, it's ZK'd and, zero knowledge, and we've sharded things. We've broken this information to 1 million pieces, and these shards will never be put together again. Will it? Won't it?
Yeah.
Can't it? I'm not the tech guy.
It was
I'm
taken
not
apart.
Vitalik,
Yeah.
but can't it?
Yeah.
Won't it? I mean, I don't know if Drew saw the thing. There's a huge
Can't you
radio
take a vaccine
wave
out of your blood?
There's a giant radio wave frequency that's been used for 30 years by militaries, by fire departments, by EMSs, and it was just revealed to have a back door after decades.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Dutch engineers found out that solution. So maybe almost tagged you in it, Drew. Tagged you and Mind Your Biz almost in it.
You'll
But
see them physically if you look up the North Dakota pipeline protests. You'll see
Yeah.
them on the top of MRAPs. Very interesting technology.
Yep.
okay.
And there's actually a better word for that I just heard thrown around, because if there's one word that will make anyone go to sleep, it's cyber warfare, right?
Mhm.
We're talking about backdoors, talking about colonial pipeline. Oh, cyber warfare, because none of it makes any sense. Someone actually said cyber sabotage, and I was like, oh,
yeah, it's good
that's
persuasion.
a so much better
It's
word
good
to say.
persuasion right
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
cyber sabotage, because then you immediately place yourself as the victim. Whereas
Yes.
warfare is a nebulous thing where it's giant entities and countries, and it's like soldiers, and
Yeah.
that doesn't really make any sense. But sabotage,
99% of the country has never seen a war.
Yeah.
98, however many people in the military have. And even that, I would say less than half of the military has actually seen or been to a theater of war. The rest are just desk jockeys. Shout out to the Air Force.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Sorry. Nick wants to go back to trench warfare with bayonets after you run out of ammunition.
Look, you cannot take territory with an Air Force. You can only do it with troops.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a lot of Marines and Army people rooting for you now.
Hoorah.
It doesn't matter. They know who you are, what you do, your fingerprint, face scan, what people think. Scanning your eyes is going to snitch on yourself. They got you.
I hate this. I hate this so much. People say they've already got you, DZ. Just submit to the face scan, DZ. Just do the WorldCoin, DZ. You know what? They already have all your information anyway, DZ.
Don't you have Clear?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Here's how hardcore I am about my rights. At the airport, I don't do the
that's
X-ray
right.
scanner.
I remember that. I remember that.
I get a pat down every single time because if you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment rights, you have to touch my nutsack when you
Why
do
do
so.
you moan?
For their pleasure. But look, here's the thing. They don't have, if your data was so important and it was already given to them, why do they keep asking for it?
Right.
Yeah.
Why do they keep asking for it? It's because they need it. It's because they don't have enough.
All right. Well, let's get into the headlines, folks. That was off the rails, but in a good way.
Yeah.
But anytime I think of the back of someone's hand touching Nick, All right.
That's right,
Anyway,
baby.
CME Group, Ethereum, and Bitcoin.
Eye
All right.
contact.
So Ethereum 2 outperformed Bitcoin after having ? What is going on? This is a CME Group, which operates derivatives marketplace, published a report discussing the dynamics between BTC and ETH in the context of the upcoming halving event, scheduled at around April 24, I think. CME Group is analyzing the correlation between Bitcoin and ETH months before halving, an event whose ripple effects will likely be felt across the market considering Bitcoin's capitalization and status. Historically, halving events have supported Bitcoin prices while also lifting altcoins in the process. I would say, Bitcoin's price appreciation lifts the altcoins in the process. The report recognizes the correlation between ETH and Bitcoin and how the ETH-Bitcoin pair has moved over the years. However, they mentioned other possible triggers of a Bitcoin bull run that could impact the pair and influences ETH's valuation, possibly forcing ETH to outperform Bitcoin. Top of the list, he says, are the effects of the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, which could increase Bitcoin's demand. I don't know if you saw, it looks like a lot of mining equipment on the way to Russia right now. Their hash rates on the way up.
For sure.
Besides, the report highlights the unexpected impact of events like the collapse of regional banks, and which temporarily boosted price of Bitcoin and ETH as factors to watch out for. So we got collapsing banks abroad. We have, nations starting to get really, really into Bitcoin. And really, I would say the main story there, they're rejecting the dollar. They're looking around. I don't see anything. I see Chinese digital yuan. That's a little sketch. I see Venezuela's currency. Maybe I should use that. No, I probably need to stick away. Then I see the shining beacon.
There it is.
Over the hill, I see this. It's blinding me, okay? I feel like I looked upon an angel. My skin had melted when I looked at it. That's what they see when they look at this. Is that what you see? You know what I see? Not enough likes.
Oh, yeah, wait. How many are we at?
Not enough.
Okay.
I don't even know the number. I just know it's not
700.
DZ,
Gotta pump them up.
The CME is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, right?
Yes.
They are the commodities, basically the biggest commodities one.
Yes.
So
you want to have a future on pork bellies? You go to Chicago to the CME.
Yeah. Are you on the Robinhood app? Have you bought half a ton of corn by accident?
I have not bought 1,000 pounds of corn. Have you?
No, but have you heard the stories of people buying commodities and then not selling them, and then they get delivery of corn to their house?
That sounds kind of cool. Now, if I did that, I would want to make sure I have Monsanto corn because I want to be able to dunk. I want to clean my corn in buckets of Roundup.
So here's what I'm looking at through the tea leaves is have high level operators at the CME already been given a tip off that Ethereum is going to be called a commodity if they're studying it.
Okay. Maybe.
Why would they spend the time to do this if it's not going to be a commodity?
Why would they look into Ethereum if it wasn't going to be a commodity? That is a very good question. I can't think of one because they're not a press company, right? They're not a media company. They're not trying to get attention. If anything, they probably don't like that this study is being talked about between us right now.
No, they don't like it. This is the alpha you get on BitBoy Crypto channel. And if you want more alpha, smash that like button.
I just now looked at your shirt. All right, vibe session.
Hold on,
not going to do the vibe session.
You're not going to do vibe session?
Oh, wait, that's right. It's your thing. All right. Is the vibe session over? This is, I feel like they look at some random vlogger and they're like, this is what millennials think. Yeah. A lot of people have been asking, is the vibe session over the past few weeks?
Well, hang on. This is Kyla Scanlon. So she's like an influencer. She's on TikTok. She was just on Fast Company. Like this isn't some, Gen X, boomer. She's younger than us by a long stretch.
Okay.
So that's why I figured you'd like this article, because it's not written by a boomer. She's like 27.
When I hear people talk
she's a
about
teacher.
vibes, I think they're a crystal person.
I know. This is all tongue in cheek.
Nothing against crystal people. Okay. We like our crystal holders.
Everything against crystal people.
Everything?
You worship the devil.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, back to the story here. The staff now has a noticeable slowdown in growth starting later this year in the forecast. But given the resilience of the economy recently, they are no longer forecasting a recession. Certainly seems that both the vibe session and the fear of recession are somewhat gone? ? Vibes are clear in both consumer sentiment and real wages with. Consumer sentiment is at all-time highs as gas prices tick down. Here we're looking at, okay, so U.S. Consumer Index of Consumer Sentiment is the purple line. Okay, we're all-time high for the year. So we're all-time high for the year. Looks like we were last at these levels in, bullish area of 21. So I would say that's actually pretty good comparing it to second half of 21. We seemingly avoided a big downturn due to combination of mostly big fiscal, AKA, hey, looks like government spending money. I guess we got to print some. $700 billion in subsidies here, and also companies issuing debt at low rates. Okay, and just as a flag on doomerism, one of my favorite charts of all time, the lost returns from listening to esteemed perennial doomsayers. Is Kiyosaki on here somewhere?
Shockingly, no, but Paul Krugman is.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right. So here we got the names on the right there. So COVID did not rescue the Armageddonists from underperformance. Purgatory. Performance impacting of shifting $1 from the S&P measured from the week of the Armageddonist comment to November 13th, 2020. Yeah, the vibes are not perfect. We still have student loan payments starting to back up. It's bifurcated here. We got drops in Medicaid enrollment, rising hunger, maybe rising homelessness as well. Housing, still a nightmare. People do not want to sell their home. And workers are going on strike, which is important. So, yeah, there's going to be increased wages. I don't know. Teamsters, Amazon has some stuff that is in the UPS ecosystem, correct? They don't do everything.
You can ship UPS, yeah, and it will what they call last mile. They'll do it through Amazon, but UPS will be, if it's coming from California to Georgia, it will be UPS.
Do you see the recent strike details? It looks like maybe the average wage is going to be $49
an hour.
I think $49 an hour, and then a
UPS.
new part-time employee starting salary $27 an hour.
Yeah.
Is this going to impact our Amazon items cost?
No, Amazon is not going to jack up prices. They will keep it low because they are trying to stay ahead of Walmart. Thank you, Walmart, for keeping the retail game competitive, because that is what Amazon is most afraid of right now.
Okay. All right. So, I might say they could go up a little. They could go up a little. Not in any serious way, but we'll see. It's probably going to be the bigger items, the things that weigh 50 pounds that probably has a high percentage of its shipping costs is due to UPS.
Yes.
But small things where it's coming from the warehouse, put on the van, and then they drive it and drop. That will have zero impact of UPS.
Batteries, iPads, Nudie
So
mags.
I guess it'll be item dependent, but I guess if you order a lawnmower or something like that.
And food will also, by the way, news update, your food is going to go up in price.
Yeah, your food will go up in price. All right, I think we have one last thing here. I guess on a human note, I've been struggling with describing the economy recently. I've written on doomers and the cult of nostalgia and how we seem to get caught in these infinite repeating loops of thing bad, thing bad, thing bad. Okay. Basically saying we fetishize doomsaying here. Would you say that's a rough assessment?
Yeah, doom scrolling. And like, what does this mean for crypto people? Well, it means that if the vibes are mid, then the market's going to be mid for a while.
Yeah, the vibes are sus for real, for real.
If the vibes are sus, that means you get to accumulate more. Congratulations. So until the Fed starts to pivot backwards, like away from, not that they take their foot off the gas, but until they say, hey, we're gonna forecast. The moment that they say we are forecasting that we will start pulling rates back, hold on to your butts.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the U.S. government here. We had a serious amendment added to a defense bill.
This is big.
And that defense bill just passed the Senate and is presumably going to be signed by Joe. And so we're not saying this is guaranteed to happen. There's a very high likelihood that this is going to happen. I'm going to give you my 2 cents. We were talking about ATB in the morning stream as well. U.S. Senate passes $886 billion military spending bill. Here's the important part. with a crypto anti-money laundering provision. This is being underreported, in my opinion, here, folks. They passed it last night in the cloak of darkness, the 2024 National Defense Authorization Act, which included a provision that tightens. Or go ahead.
In the cloak of Charlie Murphy?
Forrest Whitaker's neck, which included a provision that tightens oversight over financial institutions engaged in crypto trading and takes aim at crypto mixers and anonymity enhancing crypto assets. They're tightening their control over crypto trading and anonymity enhancing crypto assets. They're tightening their control on exchanges and privacy coins. Okay, you hear that? They're tightening control on exchanges and privacy coins. That like 80% of crypto.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
yeah,
not mining.
so some DeFi thing
not
that's
mining.
in a Asberstan, server. Oh, they can't touch that. Okay, we're talking about like for Americans here. This is really 80% of the money here. All right, so the amendment was, here's what I found surprising. This is a bipartisan group. Lummis Gillibrand, we've long championed them as, fighting for crypto. She teamed up with her brethren, Elizabeth Warren and Roger Marshall. What do you think of Lummis and Warren teaming together?
On 4chan, he just put the letter R and then E.
Re?
Yeah.
Is that ableist? I was
I don't
told
know.
that when I was a Magic the Gathering streamer. I couldn't do re. I had
Really?
re as a emoji for like one of my Twitch subs. Like you got the re
Re?
thing, and you
Re?
could pay money to make me say re. They're like, that's ableist.
Look, man, Magic, Donnie, we got to move on before I get this whole show connected.
All right. So the amendment was crafted by provisions taken from the. All right. So they took part of it from the Lummis Gillibrand Act, and they took part of it from Warren and Marshall's Digital Asset Act. Specifically, it requires. This is the important part. It requires the Treasury to establish examination standards for crypto assets. Okay. Let me put this in human words. They're going to look at crypto. Okay. So it says the Department of Treasury will make the standards in which they look at crypto, and which would help examine the risk assessment and ensure compliance with money laundering laws. So they're going to look at crypto assets to see if it is can basically skirt anti-money money laundering laws, which is privacy coins, which is Zcash, which is Monero, which is other privacy coins. Fill in the blank, whatever your favorite might be. I think I still hold some Zcash. I don't hold any Monero. I should probably buy some just for the cause.
Yeah.
So they're gonna. The Department of Treasury is now in charge of the standards of privacy coins. How does that sound to you?
It's better than the SEC.
Better than the SEC, potentially. I would say it's probably two heads off the same body.
I mean, there is more, I believe there's more scrutiny on the Treasury. There's also more, the Treasury Secretary is, they're appointed, right, by like the Senate, or they're confirmed,
Mhm.
and the SEC chair is not,
Yeah.
from my understanding. So that's good. Like there's a little bit more that the control that we the people have. So I don't know. I mean, look, it's not great all the way around, but
Does this mean
I'd
Janet
rather-
Yellen is our mommy?
I'd rather it be the Treasury than the CFTC.
I think they're both captured by the intelligence agencies, so they're going to do whatever
Hey,
the spooks tell them to do.
Hey,
The
there it
CIA
is.
will say, hey, we can't have privacy coins because then, they can get away with harming Americans. That's the guys. And then so they're going to say, okay, I guess we can't have it. Also, so they're going to look at privacy coins. The other thing is they conduct a study on anonymous crypto asset transactions, meaning mixers. So they're going to do a study on crypto mixers, and then they're going to have the standards for privacy coins. Is this a good thing? Probably not. Cracking down on illicit finance in the crypto asset industry is essential for weeding out bad actors and ensuring assets are not used to evade sanctions and fund terrorism. It's always going to go to terrorism. It can't
Always.
be, I just want to protect my privacy. It can't be, I'm fearful for my life. It can't be, I'm a whistleblower that snitched on the government and I'm afraid they're going to kill me. I need some sort of protection here. No, we got to take that all away. We got to take it all away. We got to control everything. We got to stick our thumb up your, you know what. It's not a great thing. To me, this is just Lummis Gillibrand. I think intelligence agencies, operators came up to them and said, this is what you have to do. And so then they had to do it. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just kind of how I feel.
And they've reworked what qualifies you in as a terrorist within the Department of Homeland Security over the last few years.
Yeah, you can't
regarding-
define terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, they have a very broad spectrum of what they consider to be a person that they can label that.
I mean, Obama bombed U.S. citizens.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Drew, to your point, according to the President of the United States, white nationalism is the biggest threat to the entire United States. So
Clearly.
I mean,
They're everywhere.
that's it.
But
right there.
he cured cancer.
So
That's
there's
true.
that.
But he cured cancer. So
That's
I mean,
true.
you know, he did that bad thing, but then he cured cancer. You know, so what are we gonna do?
Aren't you living in fear of white nationalism every day of your life?
They said I forgot about Janet Yellen when I was talking about the gerontocracy. I thought she
Yeah.
was maybe 60s. Is she 70 plus?
Janet
maybe
Yellen.
someone find out Janet Yellen. We got the Nick Tater on. He's going to look up
Yeah.
her age. So as he's doing that, wait a minute. I think
76.
wow, she is a lot older than I thought.
She is a lot older, and she is from TradFi through and through.
It's the dye job. It's the blonde hair. Wait a minute. No, it's gray.
It's very gray.
It's very gray.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, she looks like a Koopa Troopa.
Well, when you have a high percentage of body fat, it's going to fill in wrinkles. I'm not trying to like make any kind of
Hang on.
commentary on her weight there, but I think that's maybe the main reason.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that's it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
put.
what it is. She's fluffed up. She's fluffed up. She's like the blueberry girl in Willy Wonka.
She eats
All right,
well.
Elon Musk backed stablecoin launch via X platform sparks crypto legislative debate. On the 20th, the U.S. Federal Service announced the official launch of a new system called FedNow with 35 banks and credit unions. As a result, large tech companies are already exploring the launch of a U.S. dollar-backed or algorithmic stablecoin because people do not like the Fed's rollout here. Well, on Wednesday, the House Financial Services Committee passed some legislation that establishes a regulatory framework for stablecoins and protects self-custody. The Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act, which was introduced by McHenry, who is a Chad, recognizes several paths for approving and regulating stablecoin issuers while protecting consumers. Notably, the bill was passed by a bipartisan vote, which is scary, thus bringing stablecoins regulation much clearer in the U.S. However, some have voiced their fears over big tech and billionaires like Musk obtaining the right to mint stablecoins, because it's better when the non-accountable trillionaire class does the decisions instead of the pulled themselves up from the bootstraps billionaire class does the job there.
Yeah. Oligarchy must be protected at all costs.
Yes. We must protect the people who were in Skull and Bones when they were in college.
Hey, there it is. Secret
all
Society.
right.
Hang on.
Went
Is
there.
Is that
Chad,
why they killed Paul Walker?
Hold
Is-
on. Hold on.
is Chad bad or good now?
We're
You said-
going way off the
You
rails.
said McHenry's a Chad. Is that a compliment or
Yeah.
a dig?
Yeah,
Okay.
isn't he pro crypto?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
fights
yeah.
for it pretty hard, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's been
Okay, I
great.
just didn't know that the meaning of Chad had
The
changed.
Chad's positive.
It's never
now.
been bad.
Really?
When's it been bad to you?
I don't know.
Well, they tried to use it
I
as
heard
a
it-
derogatory term.
To
but it
me, a
doesn't mean
Chad
anything
is
bad.
like,
Maybe for like the first 2 years, but I feel like for 5 years now, it's been a good term.
yeah, a Chad is like a rich guy whose dad owns a dealership.
You're right.
And-
You're right. I actually
right?
forgot. Chad did turn into something good. It
Okay.
was something bad. You're right. It used
Yeah.
to be the frat boy.
Yeah,
There's all-
yeah, yeah.
Chad
yes.
was a frat boy, but then I think in 2020 it meant someone who said no.
Said no, yes. And then there's
Yes.
the Giga Chad now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then really it was that black and white photo of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy. He
Of the
like
Giga Chad.
he elevated the
Yeah.
term.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
not photoshopped at all. Like that's his actual face.
It's crazy. Yeah, it went from you dress like old Kanye West with
Mhm.
with the polo within the polo, and then it turned into gray
Here he
Giga
is.
Chad, man.
Here's Giga Chad right there.
Oh, what we
Look
got
at
on your
this.
computer?
Look at this mug.
All right, hold on.
He's got it.
There
Look
it
at that.
is.
That's,
There
that's his chin. Like that's not photoshopped.
That's a real guy.
This is a real man, and he's actually like very, very shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's incredibly shy. Also, hey, hang on, Drew.
Okay.
Jenny Ellen.
Okay. Okay.
Jenny Ellen.
Oh.
Koopa Troopa.
Oh.
Ah,
I did it.
Very similar.
All right,
Danielle
all
Cooper
right. So
Trooper.
back to the story real quick. They're essentially saying X is going to face the same hurdles that Mark Zuckerberg and DM did. Hey, I think that's a pretty fair assessment there. So DM project, Facebook abandoned it. You know, intelligence agencies
Yeah.
basically told them to stop,
They did.
and we're going to maybe see something similar.
And DM
Although
became.
I feel like Mark rolled over.
Yeah. I mean,
I think Elon might fight.
well, Elon needs a stable coin for X for sure. He can't. He's not going to use USDC. He's not going to use Tether. Also, DM became Aptos, right?
Oh, well, DM, the team split. One
Okay.
half is Aptos, and then
Okay.
the other guy did a different coin, which is
Sweet.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be an X stable coin, and Elon wants to make it his own.
All right. Too bad we don't have DMX queued up. All right. Let's talk. We're
That
going to
needs
go.
to stay in the show. Like,
We're going to
forever.
go over SEC real quick. Adopt cyber attack disclosure rules. Listed crypto firms included Coinbase, Marathon Digital, and Riot Blockchain. And they say you need to comply with our stringent rules. And they have a 4-day time limit that is just adopted by the regulator there. So they got 4 days to grab their ankles, or they're big Joe's coming in. All right, Amazon managed blockchain to offer new Bitcoin curing service. I talked about this on yesterday's morning stream with ATB. AMB is their blockchain AWS. It's maybe not the greatest assessment. That is what I'm calling it. So AMB is going to do the same thing that AWS did. They're going to very slowly take over the back infrastructure of crypto. You know, it's going to be what's powering a lot of dApps. It's going to be what's powering your NFT that's like on IPFS. They probably want to power all that by just saying, come to our website, use our tools, and it's a lot cheaper than have some devs do it on your own. This is the example I gave on yesterday's show on ATB in the morning stream. Back in the day, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and if you've seen Silicon Valley, you can even kind of relate because there's a scene related. You could have your own server. You know, you're just, you know, mom and dad little shop, or you got, you know, even a somewhat popular website. You could have servers coming out of your bedroom. And then after a while, things started upgrading, 4K video, streaming, all that. All right, well, now, you know, it needs to go in the garage. And that's where it was in Silicon Valley, a TV show about 10 years old. Then after that, well, then you started having to get a warehouse. Oh my God, you know, these server farms, you know, 5 years ago, we only had to pay $50K. Now we have to pay $500K. And 5 years from now, we're going to have to pay $5 million. And that's where we're at today. Now it's at the point, it doesn't make any sense for you to run your own servers because Amazon is basically not a monopoly, but close enough. I think they're over 50% for sure. So Amazon has just came in. The whole game has changed, you know, just kind of a lame saying there, but it's now too arduous. It is too difficult, and it makes zero sense financially for you to run your own server. Now, if you're rumble.com, probably a good idea. You know, if you're x.com, probably a good idea. I think something similar will happen with blockchain. I think, you know, there's going to be some back-end infrastructure stuff as crypto gets larger and larger and larger and gets more and more of a user base. It's going to be more and more expensive to have this infrastructure. It's going to become more and more complicated, and Amazon's going to come in as this shining beacon of light, and they're going to say, just use us, bro. Just use us. It's going to be real easy. And next thing you know, we're going to go sleep for 6 months. We kind of wake up, and then it's like, when did Amazon start controlling 80% of crypto?
Well, we've been telling you about this for a while. If you remember back in January 11th of 2023, this announcement from Amazon Web Services taps Avalanche to help bring blockchain technology to enterprises and governments. I believe this is what AMB is. I'm going to get confirmation on that, but I believe it is riding on the back of Avalanche because Avalanche is, of course, their C chain is a fork of Ethereum. So it's a very EVM compatible chain.
Okay. All right. I do have a little bag.
You better get a bigger bag.
Better get a bigger bag. I think I have like 49.9. I had 50, put it on Celsius, did not put in the earn program.
Ooh. So
and then it collapsed. And then I like pulled it out of there. Then there's a withdrawal fee of like 0.1. So like my clean 50 became like 49.9.
Yeah.
I need to market by 0.1.
Yeah. Yeah. You should get to 50. That's a good number.
All right. It is more expensive to run on AWS versus Azure. Thank you. That is the number 2 competitor right there.
Yeah.
So AWS, it's probably a lot. I'm guessing there's some reason companies are willing to pay more, right? Maybe it's better customer service. Maybe it's better just, you know, website when they open it up. Who should I use? There's got to be some reason, even though it is more expensive.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just talking about Chad
back.
there. He's better look. Yeah, obviously. Jesus. All right.
Gay Chad? Yeah. What, are you new here?
I look in a mirror. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at myself right now. Jeez.
I know.
Got that going on. All right, Ada, let's talk a little Cardano, one of
please.
DZ's favorite coins. How do you feel on it? Is it a top 10 for you?
For me,
it's a top 5 for me.
This is going to be controversial. I think Bitcoin and Cardano are the only true cryptos that are left in the entire ecosystem.
Wow. Coming forward as a crypto Cardano, Ada fan, Ada gang, Cardano community,
where you at?
Whatever you want to call yourselves.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little Cardano. Cardano's development activity soars, but the active user metric shows that probably nowhere near what it was the beginning part of 2022 and 21. Emerged as a top-ranking platform, garnering significant attention for its bustling development activity. Many talented developers are actively contributing to the network's growth and evolution.
What is happening right now?
Amidst this thriving activity, what is the state of active users on the network here? All right, so analyzing the data, it became evident the network had experienced a surge in developer activity, reaching substantial heights until the start of July. However, also witnessed a significant decline during that time. But now, developer activity is on the rise again. You can see it here crashing, and then, hey, you know what? I guess I'll go on GitHub and pretend I'm doing something. As depicted in the sentiment chart, the number of active addresses consistently maintained the impressive milestone of 1 million since its rise in June. I haven't done much on the Cardano ecosystem. In the past 30 days, I've bought 2 junkies, and I don't even think I've touched my MinSwap stake pools. I'm still just collecting. I could like withdraw, deposit, compound the interest, but it's like such a small amount. I don't even know if it's doing too much. And average fees for these min swap things is like the more complicated one would be like 4 ADA. What's that? $1. So it'd be like $1, you know, maybe sometimes it's only 1.2 ADA or maybe even 0.6 ADA. So then it's like 20 cents. So average fees are going to be 20 cents to $1. Still haven't bothered to do it. So probably should do that. Maybe I'll do it today. ADA resume, then I'll spike activity. ADA resumes uptrend, my 4 chain links worth. When examining the daily time frame chart for Cardano's volume metric, it became evident that significant trading activity has yet to occur. However, despite the lack of major interactions, there have been consistent back and forth between buyers and sellers over the past few weeks. I think the last action we got was the Ripple ruling. Took about 48 hours. We predicted it here. I said the SEC coins are all going to pump. They all had like a little bit of a blip. And then over the next 48 hours, they had like a pretty good gain there as the narrative spread. Oh, if XRP is okay, maybe BNB is good. Maybe Matic's good. Maybe Filecoin's good. Maybe Cardano's good. So we haven't had any activity really since then. It's just been largely flat. That's just bear market stuff, folks. However, the price is currently maintaining a positive above the moving average yellow line, signaling a positive trend in the market. Notably, the overall trend remains bullish, as indicated by its RSI. Here we can see, okay, yeah, we're above the yellow line right there. Does it say what it is? Short moving average. I don't know if this is what, 20. I'm looking 14, 1 day, 20 day. I'm trying to find. I'm not sure. It's probably maybe 20 day there. So someone's gonna be like, you didn't know it's the 14 day. So Cardano on the way up. How do you feel about Cardano? How do you feel about buying it at these prices? Type in your next bull run price target for Cardano.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and say it, $6.90. No, I think it's really going to be $7.13.
Yeah.
$7.13.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going with.
We will flirt with $10.
Okay, so you think 8-9 is possible?
Yeah, I think there may be like a scam wick or two up to 10, but then we'll probably top out around 8.5 or so, and then come back down.
True.
And I think,
what is your price target for Cardano?
Well, I'm upset you steal my target. It's about $7.
It's about $7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
about
maybe give or
$7.
take a dime.
Yeah, and I'm not like I sold Cardano after the brief pump when we were at 40 cents a few months back, and now I'm just waiting for kind of September, maybe October to really kind of start leaning into it again because I don't want to make it to the next bull market without it. I missed it last
All right,
time.
Nick has the chart pulled up. If we want to share his screen right there, we can kind of see this is coin market cap when we're looking at Cardano's
light
price
mode,
coming in at
though.
31 cents.
Can you turn the light mode
sorry.
off? This like it burns me.
Oh, for God's
Okay.
sake.
It
All right.
burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we
Okay,
got?
there you go. Yeah, this is I mean, I do a little bit of chartistry, but I'm not like a Frankie Candles level, but this is, I mean, this was off the XRP thing, right?
Mhm.
So everything went up and then it's retracing back down into its 30-cent stable coin status
Yeah.
of where it's been for, I would say, the greater part of, I mean, if you average it out, it's like a year.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, look,
That is
this-
probably the average price for the year there.
yeah, two all-time highs, boom, actually 3. So, I mean, very bullish.
And it passes
you know.
the DZ metric of
It
the
does.
second all-time high in 2021.
Yep.
That
Yep.
coincided with Bitcoin there.
Yep.
Yep. So, I mean, incredibly bullish. You can't not be bullish on Cardano. And yeah, it doesn't get VC money. It will never get VC money, but it will get adoption everywhere else other than the United
All right,
States.
I'm going to read some of the BitSquad prices. Christian, $7.77. Crank, $8.25. Sully, only $4.50. He says, sorry, guys. Alec, $6, large profit taking, $8 for liquidation. And here we have someone, Solana, though, 400 says SEC. Your
Oh.
name is SEC.
Is that Crypto Stevo's alt
Secrets.
account?
All right. All right. Well, good stuff there. $5, $5 ADA,
Yeah.
according to a different Alex there. Okay. So 18 cents, then $5. All right. So someone's saying it's going a lot lower first. The guy with the NFT, ADA, 69 cents tops. I think it goes a little higher than that.
Probably a little
Probably
higher.
a little higher. All right, I think it's time to roll the CT Minute, brought to you by
Hey.
Stake. And guys, let me know. You want to try to get a 30-minute bonus opening stream in today on Kick? Hit slots on Kick. I might try to do that. Just let me know if you need to see that. Andreas, $10. Woo! All right, let's get into the tweets here. Guys, I haven't policed the likes yet, so I don't know where we're going to go with this one. I'm going to try to stick with the crypto ones, though. I want to mention again, we'll be in Vegas September 13th, 14th, 15th. Probably me, Taco, Justin Williams will be out there representing Vumio. So if you're in the area, tag Sin City Crypto. All right, Jim Jordan, only after the committee announced its intention to hold Mark Zuckerberg in contempt did Facebook produce any documents to the committee, which proved that the government pressure was directly responsible for censorship. For those who say, yeah, government doesn't censor, here we have Maxine Waters, speaking of the gerontocracy, and Ryan Selkis. The 84-year-old was the primary impetus to comprehensive legislation getting passed. The FIT Act will likely pass the House regardless of her obstruction. We'll see which obstructionist senators we need to pack out of office. So, yeah, she wanted to fight that, but then you see her nice and cozy with Sammy Boy there.
Yeah.
Did you know this is how you're supposed to put your utensils?
This offends me.
I just said no.
Yeah.
All caps. No, I refuse. I refuse. And then, autonomous vehicles are safer than human drivers, but would you trust it? Uber or AI? Which car are you jumping in, folks? So chat. A car comes up, two at the same time. You have Uber with the human, and then you have AI. Which one are you more likely to want to jump in? The data is out. It is safer to jump in the autonomous vehicle. They've driven millions of miles in California with all the permits across all the different companies. The data is very clear. It is safer than humans.
False. Who did that study? Uber?
I don't know. We could click on it and do a little bit. I mean, this is no. You ready to eat some crow here?
Sam
You ready to
Altman?
no. Look at the citations too.
Hang on. I need to dig into this.
Well, you got plenty of this. You got 4 days to dig into that one. So yeah, the data.
Epstein?
I did a cursory glance of it yesterday. I wasn't clicking on any of the links, but given that when you get past 20 citations, you're probably like, okay, I doubt he's full of crap at this point. All right, back to the likes here. All right,
How many citations were there for the vax?
There are many.
You know what there was? A bunch of blank pages. I bet if you click on those websites, they're not blank. Okay. Now, if you click on those websites, they all say 404. I will tip my hat to you, Nick. But until it starts looking like the COVID papers, I don't think that's a good argument.
I have a funny 404 interjection. Hold on. Goldman Sachs 404 their archive of them coming up with the idea of BRICS in September of 2001 out of Manhattan, New York. They deleted their own citation, so it does happen real time.
Was it within the first 10 days of the month?
It was
because it could have been just a smart assessment after the New World.
It was.
Have you thought about that?
It came out basically the same week. So
same week.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gone now though, so it's not real. Don't worry. Moving on. Sorry.
All right, let's talk about Sam Bankman-Fried again with the CT Minute. Glenn Greenwald. Fantastic journalist, citizen journalist. I highly respect all the work that he's putting out. Congrats to Sam Bankman-Fried, the Democratic Party's second largest donor behind George Soros, on having his campaign finance fraud charges dropped by the Biden Department of Justice. Their hilarious claim is that they couldn't proceed because the big, bad, powerful Bahamas wouldn't let them. That's their reason. Hey, we want to proceed, but the guys in the Bahamas, they just bullied us.
Yeah.
We couldn't tell them what to do.
Yeah, the world's superpower known as the Bahamian government.
Wait a minute, where's Epstein's Island?
The Bahamas.
Okay.
Is it the Bahamas?
Sure.
And here we have Dom Lucre tweeting about it. He got out of Twitter jail, and they're trying to mischaracterize why he got put in Twitter jail. It's actually pretty dark and scary. It has something to do with the movie that just got released that theaters don't want to show. So more stuff there.
Epstein Island is U.S. Virgin Islands, so it was U.S. territory.
I just want to point out how corrupt the government is. Since the assassination of his dad and uncle, candidates are provided Secret Service protection, but not me. Typical turnaround for requests is 2 weeks. After 88 days of no response, the Biden administration just said, no, you cannot be protected by the Secret Service. Secretary Mayorkas, who is in charge of DHS, I believe, and seemingly is coerced by cartels because he's doing such a bad job. I can only assume he is blackmailed or coerced. That's how bad of a job he's doing. I have determined Secret Service protection for RFK is not warranted. And then their campaign had a 67-page report from the world's leading protection firm detailing many risks aside from a commonplace death threat. So they turned down. I just want to point that out in case some tragic event happens over the next 6 months.
Yes.
They've signaled their intentions.
Yeah, interesting note. Mayorkas is part of the World Economic Forum.
Oh, imagine that. I used to be very anti Matt Gaetz because you know, it just seems like a rabble rouser
Slime
in
ball.
the wrong ways. A little bit of a slime ball. There's a whole thing with the foreign person, citizen, and stuff. That being said, he schooled Mayorkas so bad yesterday. I watched the whole thing. It was 5 minutes. I normally can't sit and watch like a 5-minute clip on Twitter. I watched it. He basically just said, I mean, it looks like you're working for the cartel. Can you give me any kind of indication you're not? And it didn't seem like he could give any indication. Here's a cool thread. I kind of want to show this off to Taco. The best celebrity-owned NFTs. That might be a pretty cool NFT alpha video. And JPEG Junkies, of course, always a big shout out there. And then let's see. I'm going to be on Clay's After Dark. That'd be a pretty cool space. They literally said they want to ask me about conspiracy theories.
Ooh.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then Elon followed Ben's uncle yesterday. This is huge. This is also another thing being underreported. Elon followed Brian Armstrong. USDC might be the first coin supported on X. Maybe blockchains with USDC support are next. So, hey, maybe. What do you think of that? Elon following Brian Armstrong. Anything there? Or are we looking too much into it?
No, he knows. So Brian's been on Capitol Hill making a whole bunch of connections on behalf of crypto, and Elon wants that because he wants crypto on X. So I don't think it'll be USDC per se because Goldman Sachs controls USDC.
Okay.
So, but you know, he wants Brian Armstrong to at least comment on how to integrate crypto payments on X.
All right, and last and final tweet, again, talking about Sam Bankman-Fried, as this will lead into our next story here. Here is the list of, he gave millions to politicians, and there wasn't a list of who and which politicians and groups he gave money to until now. And so Unusual Whales, good job. I mean, I haven't verified this myself. I don't know if it's been debunked, but I think he did a lot of research, and he seems to have some pretty good breaking news in the past. So Georgia Federal Elections Committee. What do you think of one of the top recipients being Georgia Election Committee, Drew, Nick?
Was it Brad
Too bad Justin
Raffensperger?
Williams ain't here. What?
Was it Brad Raffensperger?
No, he donated directly to an election committee in Georgia.
Oh, I mean, it's probably Stacey Abrams.
Interesting, huh? Wouldn't you say, Drew?
Well, I think it's enraging that, you know, basically Biden's almost done with his
So the voice
charade.
threw me off. Well, you know, I am basically enraged.
Yeah, I basically am seeing red. Have been for a while. That is an old chart that we shared. Just everyone ran out of attention spans when they had gotten halfway through the real fraud that Sam had done. The real fraud, in my opinion, is using our money, stealing it from us, and then going and buying out our elections. And then the person that was bought is still in power, even though everyone knows that he got there illegitimately through many different sources.
Frank
Anyways.
Fractal, we are all George. All right, U.S. All right, back to Sam Bankman. U.S. prosecutors drop campaign finance charges against SBF. Said it confirmed the Bahamas did not extradite him on an unlawful campaign contributions count. So the U.S. government confirmed, guys, it wasn't us. It was the Bahamas, okay? It wasn't us.
If the Bahamas said it was fine, then it must be fine.
Yeah, so they dropped their plan to charge him with unlawful campaign contributions. Disclosed that Bahamas informed him of its decision not to extradite him on this particular charge. Would it be because maybe some evidence might be produced related to the campaigns that he financed?
I don't know. I mean, here's the funny meme about how the DOJ tends to look at things. But I think
let's
this is...
Let's show it.
Let's show the
a
meme.
good Bart meme here.
Yeah, we
Let's
got a
do
little.
it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, see the Bart meme.
I like this
That's
one.
what you want.
This is one.
What's up with the nice soothing voices? Yeah, this is what you want.
I mean, look, I think this is... well, hang on.
Reminds me of the SNL skit with Will Ferrell and Shamali Shannon.
Who is the DOJ? Who's the leader of the DOJ right now?
Merrick Garland.
Yeah, Merrick Garland is the Attorney General.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know how I feel about Merrick Garland, but I don't think he's as captured as other.
I was
AGs have
sympathetic.
been.
I was sympathetic a week ago because Mitch McConnell shafted him on his appointment there, which is really kind of messed up, Mitch. You know, that was real messed up what he did.
Like Mitch knows statecraft.
Yeah.
He
Mitch knows how to
game.
play the game, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know, I'm team Merrick. You know, this seems kind of messed up. And then he became AG. And then someone in chat said he's the most corrupt guy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I've never heard that. I looked into just Merrick Garland corruption. There's smoke.
Oh,
A
really?
little bit.
Check it out.
Check
Check
it
it out.
out.
Drew's probably much more knowledgeable on it than I am. But let's just say every time you're like, why aren't they charged?
Yeah.
You know, why is my cokehead son not charged?
Yeah. Little stop.
That's
Oh,
why.
okay.
Stop there.
He is why.
Well, yeah. So then this tracks, like the math tracks out at this point. You know, like the DOJ covering for the Biden administration. Like I've heard this song before.
Yeah.
Why are we shocked? Why is anyone shocked that this happened?
Yeah, we're not.
Then they're like, there's one drop. One charge was dropped. I think there's another 7.
Yeah,
They're
there's
gonna prosecute him on.
it was originally given 8 charges here. You
Yeah.
can see he was facing 8 charges, and then after this, he's now only 7. So still has some charges. He's I've seen some tweets out there like, oh, they're gonna let him walk free, and he's just got cleared of all charges. That's
No.
not true. He got charged. They dropped charges on 12.5% of his charges there. So citing concerns, So in light of requests, the Judge Kaplan has imposed stricter bail conditions, including limiting his public communication. He was famously trying to message people on hidden message sites, wasn't it? Or it was like Signal or something.
On Signal, and he was also threatening to release or did release part of Caroline Ellison's diary.
Yep.
And so I think
What's he doing with their diary?
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird, right?
She didn't pack her stuff up properly before she
fled. You think?
Yeah, she didn't do it right. Like we all know,
Definitely got to bring the diary.
Yeah, when your t-shirts start leaving, and you don't know where they're going, that means your girl's about to leave you. So
Okay, where'd my hoodie go?
exactly. Once the hoodie's gone, you're like, oh man, you should probably download Bumble or whatever and like get to it. But yeah, I mean, I think they're going to throw his ass in jail if he does not shut up. And that was the judge. That's what the judge was saying. He was like, yeah, look, you posted bail. That's great. But if you keep on screwing up with this trial, I'm going to put you back in jail.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's funny. We're seeing 2 high profile people, judges rejecting things because
Yep.
it seems like some deals and some back channels maybe weren't fair.
Yep.
Hey, at
I'm
least they're
glad
approving
the
Trump.
judicial system's actually providing a check and balances.
They're going after Trump. They're approving some things.
Yeah, there's the other side with the judge system. You
Yep.
look at all the judge stuff with the Epsteins. All those were very friendly judges to
Yep.
the intelligence agencies, and I guess there's maybe some stuff with Orange Man as well. But yeah, every now and then though, we get a bright spot in the judicial system, and I just want to point out, it looks like we have a couple bright spots in the judicial system. I just want to champion when it's good here.
yes.
All right, I think it's time for a little XRP section brought to you by Ribeye Steak.
Those
Or
are
no, wait,
delicious.
no, this steak, my favorite steak.
Okay.
It's even better than a filet.
Hmm.
All right, let's see. XRP Ledger gets a boost in South Korea with Ripple and Catalyze Research partnership. So we got another partnership. What are they? Chainlink here? There's a prominent consulting firm specializing in Web3, and they formed a strategic partnership with Ripple to boost XRP Ledger's influence on the South Korean market. I love this because this reminds me of Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel says, you dominate a subsection of a market, and then that will allow you to capture everything. They're doing a lot of stuff in Southeast Asia with remittance payments and their partnerships here. The partnership will utilize their Catalyze Research's profound understanding of Web3 and the South Korean landscape, enabling them to drive the XRPL expansion in the country, meaning they know politicians, they know the millionaires, they know what back rooms where, maybe they're not smoking cigars. What are they smoking in South Korea? Oh, they're still smoking cigarettes, right? Or is that just like Vietnam?
No, a lot of cigarettes.
Okay, yeah. So they're smoking they're in the back room smoking cigarettes, playing Pai Gow, All right.
Drinking
Come back
soju.
here. We got you. Yeah, you got a partnership with this bank. We'll go ahead and rubber stamp that. The strategic roadmap includes the creation of a comprehensive education program catered to South Korean developers. All right. So according to the latest digital asset management review report, the positive performance of these are looks like some of the major coins that the SEC targeted: XRP, Solana, XLM. These altcoins help the total assets under management of these products experience a minor increase of just about $33 billion, marking the second consecutive monthly growth. Assets under management for these products have grown 71% so far this year. So making big strides in Southeast Asia. Is that going to be XRP's strategy? Do everybody but America?
I think now that XRP has gotten a yellow light, everybody wants to date a little XRP.
All
Okay.
right. 88
like
Metal
it.
Mania says, I'm the king of gaslighting. I don't know. Did I gaslight someone?
First of all,
today?
gaslighting doesn't exist.
Clearly.
Okay, that's a good one.
And if you think it exists, you're crazy. Okay.
No one said gaslighting 12 years ago. It
Yeah.
didn't exist. And then probably within a span of 3 years, it was in every other Am I the Asshole Reddit post.
Yeah. It's just, you know what gaslighting is? It's just called deception. Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
called lying.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. You didn't invent anything new. So
And it's
just
lying specifically about the past.
yeah.
That's all it is. You're lying specifically about an event in the
Yeah,
past. You're misrepresenting a
manipulation,
past event.
deception, lying. Like that's
Yeah.
all it is.
You can't gaslight about the future. You can't gaslight about
Yeah.
the present. But yeah.
Someone said, "Oh man, I was having like a panic attack yesterday," and the guy was like, "Just call it stress. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just stress.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you debilitated and unable to walk? Oh no, you weren't. Yes, just stress.
Yeah, it's just stress, and it's just your body fighting your
Yeah.
actions.
Your body.
What am I doing? This is not the life I'm meant to live.
Yes, your body telling you need to go walk outside in the sunlight for a little bit. Speaking of sunlight, did a quick check on.
Get some questions in while Nick's looking at this.
We did
get
have a
your
couple
Q&A in.
Q&As. Yeah. Quick. Did some digging. I was looking into WorldCoin. I'm continuing to do more digging into WorldCoin. Market operations and infrastructure software services are coordinated by Tools for Humanity Corp at the direction of WorldCoin Foundation, who, DZ, is invested in Tools for Humanity Corp. Take a
World
guess.
Economic Forum?
There's multiple. Do you want one more guess?
Soros.
Wrong. It's actually not that bad. Bain Capital Crypto. So Mitt Romney. Distributed Global.
Does he still have his binders of women?
I hope so.
Remember that?
I hope so. I remember binders of women. That tanked his whole thing.
campaign for a while.
A16Z, so Mark Andreessen, and then Blockchain Capital. That's who is pulling the strings over at Tools for Humanity. Another reason why I am, and even though I am very much a cypherpunk, you can't not be bullish on a project that has backing from these money people. Like, I'm sorry. We're in crypto here, and we're here for the gains. I see these names, and I look at gains.
Okay, yeah, and it's people say, man, I can't get behind it because I have certain feelings on X, Y, and Z. How about this? Do you want to have the most amount of Bitcoin possible?
Yep.
Dump some WorldCoin on some noobs.
Yep. Wait for it. It just came out.
It's cutthroat and it's savage.
Yeah.
But that's what I would tell myself if I was like, oh man, I'm feeling stress about it. I feel guilty about it. I'm tossing and turning. Someone else is going to do it.
Just don't scan your iris. Just go buy the coin. But DZ, when these new coins come out, how long do you wait for them to trace back down off of their hype before you start scooping? Is it like a 50%, a 60%?
I don't really go by that. I'm more of a,
Okay.
I was kind of talking about this yesterday. I'm not a price-based buyer. Oftentimes I'm a time-based buyer or a TA-based buyer. So the time-based could just be where it is with DCA. It's Friday. Okay, I'm going to buy some. Or where are we at in the 4-year cycle? And so that's kind of what I base my purchases on. That being said, I kind of want to get, like, you've talked me into wanting to get a handful of WorldCoins.
Yeah.
Pendle, its protocol enables tokenization, trading of future yields. Okay, so it looks like a DeFi solution for future yields there. Okay, there might be something there. Pendle, I would just gamble on my own by participating in the things that actually give me the yields instead of trying to hedge a bet where someone's going to take a cut off the top or cut off, some of the downside risk to the bottom. All right, review please. Currently 9K down. XRP 20%. HBAR, ICP, Algo, Link, Quant 7%. Near, Matic, Casper 5.5%. Crow, ADA, eGold 4. IMX Scala 2.5. Age 23. High risk tolerance.
Good.
How do you feel about 0 ETH and 0 Bitcoin there?
Yeah, that's it started out fine. I mean, I'm going to keep my opinions about XRP to myself. I do think people will make money off of it, right? Like, I'm just looking at this IMX and Gala. I get out of Gala, like straight up. It's not, you can't stake it properly. The inflation is absurd. They're just calling it a currency. It's not a token that has any type of positive tokenomics in any way. eGold, I'm not really bullish on eGold.
Yeah, nor am I.
Near, Matic, and Casper, those are fine. HBAR, ICP, Algo, Link, Quant. I'd probably get more Quant if anything else. Like, Quant has a lot of upside to it, but you need Bitcoin and ETH, like straight up.
Yeah. XRP, I mean, it's probably too late, but that would have been a great time a week ago. Peel off, 5%. You're going to be way up, and then, put that 5% into ETH or Bitcoin. But now, we've retraced so much on XRP. It looks like we might have another run up. So maybe if you get some sort of outsized pump on one of those, get a little Bitcoin and ETH there.
Yeah.
All right. Some people are saying, hey, man, portfolio is just fine. Sit tight. I've definitely seen worse ones. If you told me I'm not changing anything, I'm not going to, yell at you.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to, okay. There's skeptics of XRP. Then there are people who have used XRP.
I've done both.
I've done both.
Reyes, Betancourt.
XRP NFT ecosystem before it was really robust. So.
Yeah.
Not the
Ray's
best
Betancourt says render token. I mean, look, render's got upside. Anytime you can get render token under $2, that's in my opinion, that's a great buy. That's what I'm buying. So,
Yeah. All right. If you don't have ETH by now, what you doing? Yeah, I kind of want to buy some. I did market buy some a couple months ago. Maybe I should do it again while we're still below 2K. Won't be below 2K forever.
No.
Turn my ETH into these alts through the price movement. ETH staying stable. Okay. Okay, so he flipped out of ETH because ETH has just been so flat. Hey, I respect that. You have a higher risk tolerance. You're 23 years old. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think you're trying to retire in 2 years.
No.
All right. I think we're running towards the end of the questions here. Are we already using Ripple Net? No, I was on Zoom or Zum Wallet trying to get early XRP NFTs before the upgrade. So I haven't participated since the upgrade. That's something I should do. And then I could reassess how XRP's NFT ecosystem is. Quant HBAR XRP, is DOT still a viable project? I think so. It still has a strong community. It's down now. It's bear market stuff. It has a good narrative, which is layer 0.
Yeah.
I'm bearish on DOT, but it's still, as far as it being viable compared to like what EOS and Tron, yeah, it's in a way better position than them. But like, is DOT making waves anywhere? No.
Ooh. Let's all give Lloyd Gonzalez a hand. He just orange pilled someone.
Hey.
I'm not being sarcastic. I think that's a good thing. Hit that like button if you don't want to clap. Where are we on likes?
I don't know.
Orange pilling someone's always a good thing. You're doing the good job there. You're fighting the good fight. That's you are pumping my bag.
We've
So I
reached
appreciate
1,000 likes.
1,000 likes.
1,000 likes. Great job,
That's
folks.
pretty good.
We're going to end on that note. Outro. Look, guys, it's the weekend. Weekends are for just spending time with the family. You know, checking out of everything that's going on right now. There's a lot of scary stuff in the world. There's a lot of worries and tension and anxiety in the air. Doesn't mean that you have to feel those ways. You can just take a calm breath. Look at what's important, which is DZ's crypto bag. What have you done to pump it? No, look at your family. You know, spend some quality time with them. And that's all I got to say. You know, maybe hit that like button on the way out. Until then, Ben should be back
Monday.
So, yeah, Monday.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hey guys, Ben's coming back. So hit the like button for that. That's all we got. Until next time. DZ out. Now we're going to do the secret stream for Instagram. All right, Instagram. Here's what I really feel about YouTube, man. These people in YouTube chat. Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.